Connection to me is, to my understanding, is like a rough diamond waiting to be polished to show its real facets. People look at connection in many ways than just communicating between each other, also connecting to animals, to nature, to the universe, to the stars. We connect in many ways than one as people. And to me, that's the uniqueness of the word connection. Art to me is like oxygen to a person. It's like water to fish. It's been embedded in me since childhood. Ripples of life is life itself. We're born, we live, and we pass it on to the next generation. To me, that's the ultimate ripples of life.
Welcome to Virtual Concert Hall's live programs. Thank you for joining us. My name is Jennifer Savage, and I'll be your host for today's show. Today, we will be exploring facts as it relates to our lives and experiences anywhere from the lens of musician, artist, manager, performer, and all the way down to eye level of the crude and unfiltered human being. And what you just saw now was a little preview of a visual artist, Tulloch Winner. He's a member of the British Royal Society of Sculptors, and well, yeah, we'll be talking about that in a little bit, so stay tuned. And for today's episode, our topic is facts. What are the facts? There is no one-size-fits-all answer, and this could leave you with more questions than simple answers, but it is more real that way, and that's what we're here for. And here is a little preview to recap our last installment. We will be exploring Medicaid. So do you have to believe in it when it comes to medication?
You must.
Medicating. Okay.
You must. Indocin, diclofenac, Lipitor, ankylosing spondylitis, diclofenac, or diclofenac shingles vaccine. Ankylosing spondylitis, blood pressure medicine, and cholesterol medicine, the juice.
Yeah.
What's it called?
The-
Anesthesia. Yeah,
Anesthesia.
Yeah, you need the anesthesia so that you won't feel the pain.
Right.
Like, why would anyone take any of this medication? I don't even know what this show is anymore. If you get a triple bypass or a heart transplant, believe you me, you need to believe in it. Are you going to talk about marijuana? Or, my son asked me, what drugs are you talking about? Ecstasy or what? And I said, no, I can't. Sometimes I have found the medication has the opposite effect. Jesus said, your faith has healed you. Have you heard this before? Your faith has healed you. I take a stand. This medication's going to work. I believe in this doctor, or I believe in this holistic healer. Do I think I should think a certain way when playing a piece? For how long? That's medicating too. I mean, opposite. I medicate myself by telling jokes. Sales 101 says, talk about anything except the thing you're selling. When you're about to walk on stage, you shouldn't think about, oh, wow, I'm about to play If you take your mind off something, is that not self-medication? If you feel very positive about what you've just done with whatever drug, then stop. Conviction. Excellent word, Savage. I love that word. It's the word we're looking for. Bingo. Yes. That's why you're paid the big bucks. Yeah.
Right. And that was our last recap episode. Thank you, Kiki, for that. And today for our episode on facts, I'm excited to be joined live with co-host and celebrated partner in crime, Dikron Atamian, otherwise known as Jack Price. And just to give a little introduction, formerly known as Dikron Atamian and now known as Jack Price, he began his career in artist management in response to his own career as an RCA recording artist after winning first prize in the 50th anniversary Naumburg competitions, and as well as the crazy pianist who premiered the Right for solo piano. Welcome to the show, Jack Price.
Hello. Well, I think the operative word.
Yeah.
Where's this audience? I've got to see it. I love this audience, but where is it? Okay. So
and they can't wait to hear also a bit about the visual artist that we were just.
I'm going to get to everything. We're gonna one by one here. Okay. The operative word is crazy in your last statement.
Right.
That reel, Kiki's reel was phenomenal. I know.
That was a great reel.
You know this thing about phenomenal, right? Everybody in the industry calls me Mr. Phenomenal, not because I'm phenomenal, but because I use the word over and over ad nauseum. They say, man, if you use that word one more time, just one more time, and I go, phenomenal.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, number one, thanks for that playing the Gonzalez Sonata. That piece is fantastic. I love that piece. So we got to talk. Pretty good. Yeah, it's an incredible piece, and of course, you have to really bring out the tunes. So believe it or
and it was perfect right before introducing Tolek Winter as well.
Right, exactly, and then. Well, Gonzalez is dead. Tolek's alive. That's the difference. Anyway,
living versus
it's living versus the non-living. Yeah. Okay. So on to Tolek Winter. We're going to be having, if you notice here, the sculpture. You have to move that frame over so you can see it better. Let's see if there we go. Okay. So this is called Connection, and that's what that video was about. His whole thing is connection, but he has so many works, so many varied styles. He's almost like going from, music antiqua to the most avant-garde thing, Boulez or something. He has a range of motion or the range of style, unlike anybody I've found. So we took him on.
There's a lot of organic shape that he seems to use, and the human figure as well is a big part of his work.
It's fantastic, and it's available. No, I mean, this is Connection. Then he'll do something very, very original, and there's only one of a kind. There were 6 of these, and I have the last one, and now
so we're talking about the sculpture behind you that is by the artist Tolek Winter, and they are available and will be soon on the Price Attractions website.
Everything will be, well, you can go to Instagram now and you can buy anything of his or any of his
and
sites.
see
He's
all
got
his
a
works.
artsy.com, anywhere. It's pretty phenomenal. That's the reason I'm promoting it, because I believe in excellence. So anyway,
and we're expanding to the visual arts.
And Winner is excellent, and it's quite a name, don't you think? So
it is quite the name.
Yeah,
It is the choice.
He's a Russian Jew that made a fortune in real estate, right? And now his name is Winner. I love it. It's got to be. That's got to be an all-time new deal. You know, it should be a brand out there. Winner. Okay, so
but I loved that preview video of his, him
he's
talking about his work and his interview. Yeah.
Now Talik is the kind of guy. He's very profound, but he's also talk about the eye-level crude individual. Yeah.
In theme with our show.
Crude. Yeah, he falls into the show perfectly. We'll have him on sometime. You'll have a ball with him.
For sure.
Anyway, so that's that. Gonzalez, Winner, facts. Okay, so let's go to door number 1. Yes.
Yeah, let's move on and see what's behind door number 1 for our first topic. What are the facts? So.
Okay, well, the answer is
Jack Price. Tell us what you really think.
I'll tell you what I really think, and it's true. The truth. Okay, so the deal is there are no facts except for facts that you can immediately verify. For example, there are none. You have to do your homework, and then if you do your homework, you don't know who's influencing you and what you're getting your homework from, like Google or whatever. We'll get into that. But the point is, there's only one or two facts. You know, this piano is here. Hello. It's black. That's a fact. It's big. It's 9 feet long, although you can't prove it right here on camera. So you're going to have to take my word for it. The sky is blue. Not really. That's just the atmospheric impression you get when you go further out. It's black or whatever. You know, I mean, there are no facts, you know. This sculpture is here. I'm going to sell it tomorrow for $10,000 and it's gone. It's, you know, there are no facts. Okay.
Then what's the difference between the truth and facts?
The truth are if you can find the facts, you have found the truth. That's what we didn't cover it because I was saving it. You know, it's like there's method to the madness, you know? Yeah. So we're saving things for the right time and place. This, like you say at the end of the show, it's the right time. This is the right time. This is the right place. Facts don't exist because you have to do your homework. Now, once you do your homework, which is going to Google or Britannica, you know, encyclopedia, whatever, it depends on who writes the history books. Like Nixon said, oh, you know, they're going to think Kissinger told Nixon, this is a fact, you'll be revered once this whole Watergate thing is done.
Can be revised easily.
No, but he said it, and then Nixon's comment was, well, it depends on who writes the history books, you know. Okay, so like who writes the history books? I'll tell you who. The survivors, the people who are living. For example, the Kennedy assassination. Poor John F. Kennedy can't defend himself now. He's dead. But all the culprits, some of them are dead, some of them are still alive and kicking. They write the history books. The living write the history books. The dead do not. Here's a fact that you think is fact. This is a big show, babe. Okay, so here it goes. Did we win the Revolutionary War?
According to the books, we did.
We did not. England. Yeah, sorry, we didn't win it. And I always wondered this. You may not believe this. When I was little, I was like a complete history phobia nut, you know, and I did very well in history, world history, U.S. history, art history, history of any kind. That's why I've got this new thing on music, history of music. We're going to do history of pedagogues. Watch out, teachers, because I know where the bodies are buried. Okay. So anyway, that's coming. I'll let you know about it.
Yeah.
Three posts a day.
Yeah.
I'm posting personally. Okay, so here's the
Okay.
deal. Facts are only as good as what you can research. So if I say Kennedy was assassinated by Oswald, you go, oh, yeah, I knew that. Wrong answer. Okay, I can give you the answer, by the way. His name was Howard Hunt. He shot the fatal bullet from the grassy knoll. Then you say, listen, Atamian, how do you know all this stuff? Well, that's for me to know and you to find out. Okay. The Merchant of Death told me. Okay.
Right.
And others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Referenced.
That's
Okay.
right. The
Other
Merchant
figures
of
in
Death.
history.
Other
Okay.
figures. Yeah. Big 400-pound figures. Okay. All right. So we didn't win the Revolutionary War. It's clear that his army, Washington's, was starving and freezing to death, and they had nothing. They had this a ragtag group. Britain could have squashed them. But if you know the Brits, like my partner, Anna Uspinskaya knows them quite well, they're into money. There's no money in most things. But there's money in collaboration. The Brits collaborate with the whole world. That's why you have them running India, in those times. And, they
So you're saying the
colonized
British won when it comes to reframing the war in terms of who came out on top when it comes to money?
I'll just throw another one out there. Do you have any idea what bar means? The legal bar, the lawyers, they belong to the bar association.
Passing the bar exam.
Yeah. Do you know what BAR stands for? I haven't met one lawyer that knows what it stands for. And I've got my little information book here, and I'm going to tell you because I don't even have it memorized because I just found out. It's one of those things you find out in life and you don't have time to even write it down, but I did.
But is this a fact that you're verifying?
Oh, this is absolute fact, but you're going to have to take my word for it because practically no one knows about it. But Jack Price is right. Okay?
Bing. Okay, bingo.
Ding dong. Okay, here it is. BAR, I'm going to tell you what it stands for. You can imagine what the first letter means or stands for. What's B? British, right? Okay.
Sure.
You ready?
British. Okay.
Oh, this is beautiful. Drum roll, please.
Wow. I think he's got it.
British Accredited Registry. We are agents of the British Crown. The bar is not run by the bar. It's run by Britain. Okay? We have never broken off from Britain. We have never gotten our independence. Everything's tied to Great Britain, and that's a fact. Now, let's... Thank you.
So you're talking about winning the war in a different way, and not just like in the traditional sense of winning the war.
I mean it was a hoax. They let us win. And they also let us publish. They let us publish that we won. And they let us let Washington happen. And Washington became president. It's all part of the British control. Sorry. We did not win the Revolutionary War. It's like that line, and you're going to love this, Kiki, so get ready with your laughter. Did you ever see Braveheart? The movie, Braveheart.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a scene where Mel Gibson he's short, and there's this bigger guy that becomes his friend, and he goes, they're going to have a rock fight. And he goes, I'll crush you like a worm. I'll crush you like a worm.
Yeah.
Get it? I'll crush you like a worm.
No. Get it.
You guys, you're too slow, babe. Okay, so here's the deal. Okay, what was I even saying? There are so many facts. I brought that up for
as it relates to facts, right?
Yeah. There are so many facts. The crushing part, I'm talking about Britain crushing the so-called U.S. or colonies, okay? They could crush us like a worm. Not now. Not now. Because
Okay.
we're in league with them, first of all. Hello.
Yeah.
Skull and bones.
But this is an
and all that
example
stuff.
of fact. And
It's an
what are the
example of
facts?
the fact. I'll crush you like a worm, but I'm not going to crush you like a worm because I'd rather collaborate with you. That's my Scottish. That's a Scottish version. It's not very good. I have to polish it. Now listen to me.
Okay.
I did not have. Never mind. Okay, so you understand what I'm saying? Facts are facts, but facts are not facts. And this is a fact. You can print that, by the way. I just made it up.
Okay.
Actually, in my old age, I'm finding out that I'm a poet, but I don't know it. You see?
That's a good one. Okay.
I miss my calling. I should have been a stand-up comedian with a very specific agenda, and I should have been a poet with a very specific message.
Okay. Yeah,
Piano?
but back to the facts.
I mean, there are millions of pianists. There's only one poet. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay,
That's not a fact.
How about let's move on to what's behind door number 2, which is related to your point.
Yes, before number two, I just want to say, be careful of the facts. Go ahead.
All right. Where do you find the facts?
That's a joke.
And then, right. So you're talking about how you have to do your homework because there are no facts unless you do your homework, and that's why there's so few.
And yet there are no facts unless you know them. You've got to know them, okay? You can't take anyone's word for it, or Encyclopedia Britannica or Google or any of this nonsense. It's all nonsense. You've got to know it. Now, I'll show you something I know, okay? I know for a fact that I was born on February 24th, 1956. How do I know that? Well, actually, I don't know it, but what do I have to rely on? My social security card? My parents telling me I was born on that day?
Right.
Was I connected enough to my parents not to lie?
Take their word on it.
Yes, that's good. Was I connected? Right. Get it? Connection? Was I connected enough?
As related to Tolic winners, yeah.
Yes. Was I connected enough to my parents that they wouldn't lie to me? Was I that connected? The answer is no. We were very on other planes. My mother was a perfect angel and everything. My father wasn't. But all three of us were islands unto ourselves, and my sister. We were all islands. We did have no connection whatsoever, like this suggests. Connection means a real connection, not a physical or a real relations type connection, like father, son, mother. They don't mean anything. That means nothing.
So,
okay.
Where do you find the facts, though? Through connections?
Yeah, exactly. That's the connection, drum roll, whatever, that I'm making. Yeah. This is what I'm making. The point I'm making is, unless you're connected to the facts and you can verify them personally, there are no facts. It says the Warren Report, you might remember, this is the official Supreme Court reporting or report on the Kennedy assassination. If you read the Warren Report and believe it, you're in a dark, dark place, in a closet. You're just in the middle of you're in no man's land. You're in the Mojave Desert, like I refer to my clients. If they're not on a consideration list, whether it be short or long of a buyer, you're in the Mojave Desert. So if a client,
from an artist manager perspective,
coming from a management's perspective, very funny. Coming from a management perspective, an artist is not considered for an engagement unless they're on a short list, which is 1 to 2 years, or a long list, which is 5 to infinity years. You can be on a long list forever of a conductor. Oh yeah, I'm going to have you. Yeah, 15 years later, you get a Rachmaninoff fourth. A concerto you don't want to even play, right? Okay, like who wants to play Rock 4? Nobody. Okay, well, maybe the first 2 pages, maybe the first 2 pages.
Okay.
But,
All right.
Rachmaninoff descends into the maelstrom after those 2 pages. He's gone to hell then. Anyway, so what are the facts? Where do you find the facts? Do you see where we're going with this? There is no way to verify. Put that up on the screen. There is no way to verify anything except something that's organically connected to you. Now, you see this sculpture.
Connected to you.
How do you know that sculpture is not superimposed with AI? What do you call it? Computer-generated images. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because I'm lifting it. You see, there. It's very.
All right.
Okay, now you know that Richie has a 24-karat sculpture behind him called Connection because he just lifted it on television. That means it's here, doesn't it? I sure hope so. Anyway, that's
You physically verified that it existed there, and
I physically verified it. Unless you physically can verify it, and your brain is connected to your heart and your hands, everything's connected, and you know for a fact it's true. That's all you can do on homework. Sorry.
All right.
There's no homework.
Well, let me take a moment right here
Yes.
to mention that we are live every Friday with Jack Price is Right. We do have a lot of hard-hitting topics, but let's check out a quick clip from the archive and see you on the other side. And so that was a clip from one of our archives. And this is Jack Price is Right. Coming up, we have a little preview of our next topic on loyalty. Loyal to who or what? And who deserves it? Who deserves loyalty? You can check us out on our YouTube channel at Virtual Concert Halls. We are also on many of the major streaming platforms, all of them, including Twitch, LinkedIn, Alignable, all the major platforms. And you can find out more info on virtualconcerthalls.com as well as priceattractions.com. And any feedback is welcome. We've had many comments throughout the shows on all of our topics: truth, faith, falsehoods, patterns, all of these hard-hitting topics. But back to what we were saying, and let's go right to what is behind door number 3. After you find them, facts, can you believe them?
Yeah,
What do
that's
you
if
think,
you can
Jack
find
Price?
them. I mean, yeah. The question is, well, here we go. These 3 subtopics are related, obviously. They're so intertwined. It's almost like every one of our shows. They're so
Yeah.
connected that
They
you just
are.
end up, yeah, they really are. And that's not how I designed it. It's the way it is. I didn't design
It's the way
anything.
everything works. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, I come to this show with no preparation, right? Talk about preparation. Go back to that topic. There's no such thing. You've got to just
preparation.
have, the saying, they either have it or they don't, or what is it? Whatever the saying is.
Yeah. Back to sayings. Yeah.
Back to sayings.
Episode topic.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of, if you don't have it, there's no hope. But people tend to think practice. I can work just as hard or harder than that guy and sound just as good or better than that guy. Wrong answer. If you don't have the gift, I can't be a rocket scientist. I'm not a dumb guy, but I can't be a rocket scientist. They say you can do anything you want, just put your mind to it. Wrong answer. Got to have a gift. Got to have a gift first.
Yeah. So
no
matter how much preparation or practice. Okay.
Let's say you've done your homework. Okay. Let's say you've done your homework. I just lifted that sculpture up, right? Physically.
Yeah.
You're not in this room.
Yeah. So I still have to take your word for it.
You're thousands of miles away. How do you know I'm not a magician or one of those hypnotists and I haven't hypnotized? I could have hypnotized all of you and make you believe that I had the strength and the know-how and the space in proximity to pick it up.
Yeah. So
if you can't believe that, you can't believe anything. So this is radical. This is radical thinking. I realize this. And, most people think I'm mental when I start talking like that. And that's okay. I am not offended. I cannot be offended. I'm like some people I know. I won't mention their origins.
Yeah.
But
right.
you can't insult me because I've overcome that. You see what I'm saying? I don't mean to say that I'm, God or anything, but I'm beyond the point of insult and non-belief because I know that there is no tangible evidence for anything. You have to go on faith. You have to go on what you believe is there. You see, another connection to another show.
If you believe there's nothing, there are no facts, or there are no very little facts. Then
verifiable
facts.
Then there are facts.
You operate on faith.
This is hard. It's not soft.
Yeah, but there are so few verifiable facts that you can completely believe in.
That's chromatic. We define it as chromatic.
Okay.
But how do we know
after you find them, can you believe them, right? That is the subtopic.
After you do your so-called homework, I call it so-called homework, how can you believe it? In other words, you've done your homework, but I've just proven that homework doesn't even cover it. It's all on faith. For example, when we talked about contracts and agreements, what are they only as good as? The 2 people who sign them. Contracts and agreements are only as good as the 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 people who agree, the parties who agree to the agreement. So the agreement means nothing. We find out later that it dissolves into nothingness. The agreement doesn't count for anything. Some guy said, you're a member of this corporation. There's no written proof. There's nothing, but you made an agreement. And then you guys had a fight. And now there's no agreement because you both are no good. One disagrees with the other. I'm not saying you're evil or anything, but Two parties don't agree. It's over. It's dissolved. There's nothing you can do. You can't sue. You're not going to get any money. It's not going to work because there is no justice. There are no facts. There you go.
Where are the facts of the case? And nothing is truly that clear cut and verifiable when it comes
I'll
to
give you a fact.
situations like that.
I have a good fact for you.
Okay.
Don't get sick. And don't get caught by the police or law, because once you go to court, all fantasy enters now. This is fantasy. Oh,
Okay.
I'm going to get a fair shake. Wrong. Oh, the judge is going to be on my side. Wrong. The other guy's going to feel sympathy for me and take the case away and give up. Wrong. He doesn't have any money. Wrong. Everything is wrong. I'm not trying to be negative, but there are too many patsies in this world. I've been a patsy, and I'm sorry to say I have really.
What do you mean by patsy?
Like patsy. I got conned. I got taken for a ride because I'm a trusting person. But I actually am the winner. I'm the Tolic winner because I trust people, and you have to. Just because there are no facts doesn't mean you don't trust. You have no choice. You have to divide and conquer. You have to implement. To implement, you have to what? Delegate. You can't possibly implement something on your own unless it's a very simple act, like pressing a key down. There, I just implemented it. F. Okay. But anything more complex than striking a key or boing, whatever. Anything beyond that you can actually control with your own body and mind is trust. Okay, I trust that you're going to come to this show at Friday at 9, my time, 12 your time. I'm trusting you to show up. You're trusting me to show up. What if I don't show up? I'm not trustworthy. There's a fact. There's no crying in baseball, and there are no 3 strikes and you're out. It's 1 strike and you're out. If you don't show up, there are people that will.
All right.
That's a fact. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
A fact is this. If you go to the Supreme Court, good luck.
Good luck.
It's all politics. If you go to any court, good luck. If you go to a hospital, especially with a broken hip at the age of 89, good luck.
Okay.
It's all random. There's prayer. There's contemplation. There's, what's the other word? What's that contemplative thing that Buddhists do?
Meditation.
What is that? Yeah, I love that word. There's meditation. There's meditation. There's prayer. There's hope. There's faith. There is no definite square box. You can't count on it.
For fact.
When they say think, there is no definite fact. When they say think out of the box, what box? What box are we talking about? The box that you're in if you're beholden to the mafia because you ratted on somebody. Well, that's a real box, buddy, because you're going to die. Okay?
Okay. Well, so then to summarize, so what are the facts? Where do you find them? And after you find them, can you believe them? And we're saying after you find them, can you really believe them? It seems like there's very few facts that are verifiable. And even then, can you really believe them? You're saying have faith. Because you can't really find anything else out. You can't really find anything out without delegating. And with delegation, you have to trust and you have to have faith.
You got it right.
Your
perfect summary, Savage? That's why you get the big bucks and the crown and the jewelry. Put that on her now. Yeah. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to play on this show too. I want everybody to hear you. I think that would be marvelous. She's a phenomenal pianist, everybody, just so you know.
Right, but
anyway,
back to the
that's it. Well, that is a fact. Okay, so
yeah.
See, that's tangible. I can tell if someone's phenomenal. And don't give me this thing about, oh, it's a matter of opinion. No, there are some very stringent musical rules that one has to follow in order to be extraordinary. One of them is don't be boring. I mean, you know, if you're boring, that's the cardinal sin. That's a fact. So if you're boring, no one's going to listen to you or hear you or look at you. If you're an artist like this, if that's boring, no one's going to look at it. That's a fact. But these facts
but boring is subjective, is it not?
It is. That's why there are no facts. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I am a victim of my own statement. My address completely convicts me because there is nothing there. It's just all in your noodle. That's all it is.
Okay.
So there are no verifiable
it's
facts.
All in your head. Yeah.
In a sense, there are no verifiable facts. In another sense, you can verify some things, but it's a sense. Remember that. It's a feeling. It's a belief. It's a faith. It's a religion. It's a this. It's a that. That's why when people say there is no God, I just say, prove it. So, but then they say,
any final thoughts then?
Then they say there is a God,
facts.
And I say, prove it.
Okay, so no, either way, it's not, verifiable.
We're just basically going around in circles, spinning our wheels.
Yeah.
That's what life is like.
So then, I guess those are the final thoughts on facts, and that's our summary.
Those are the conclusion.
But that's all the time we've got today for facts.
And the time is right.
Thank you for being with us, Richie. It's been very interesting. And we featured Talik winner today, visual artist and sculptor, that will be up on the site soon. But with that, the time is right. We gotta go here, and I want to take a moment to thank our partners and sponsors, without which none of this would have been possible. And you can see them all up on the screen. So many orchestras, arts organizations, and now we're expanding into the visual arts space and supporting great talent in the arts, whether it's in music, arts, and soon to come dance as well. And also, I want to give a big shout out to our collaborators and production team. Today's broadcast was powered by Christian Pelagi, directing behind the scenes, and couldn't have done it without him for sure. And we're sincerely grateful to have everybody along with us for the journey. So that's all for today. This has been Jack Price is Right. I'm your host, Jennifer Savage. And I hope you've gotten a little something out of today's show. I think I did. See you next week.